Okay, we are live. How the heck are you, everybody? I'm Fastidious. Welcome to the channel. Very anticipated thing, I think, today, the gear settings. I know some people have already been putting that out, some guild leaders and content creators. I wanted to take some... Ooh, are we good? My second monitor just turned off. I wanted to take some time to... Let me know, chat. Take a peek at it myself, think about it, and then I thought we could make a stream out of it where I could really talk through the process and what it's all like. And I thought it'd be nice to be joined by somebody. And I'm joined by our brand new head Discord moderator, longtime moderator of the channel, Pink Jesus. Pink, I think I've known you as long as I've played Watcher of Realms. Do you think that's correct?
No, I think I was there on your first video.
You saw my first video. I'm actually very curious now. What was my first Watcher of Realms video? Oh, I know it. It was just being like, hey, I'm going to do a series. Let's dig that up, actually. But yeah, so Seamus actually stopped playing Watcher of Realms for the moment. He has some real life stuff going on. You've always been like our Twitch mod, Discord mod, and YouTube stream mod. But we need a new head mod, and you were my first choice. And on top of that, before I even said anything, Seamus said he would like it to be you. So here we are. Our new head Discord mod. So everybody say hey to Pink, and you want to tell people what we're going to do here today?
Well, can do with... Well, I've always been in the background of everything, so it made a lot of sense for me to take over from Seamus. But yeah, today we're going to start with the top end of gear because it just makes more sense to start at the very high end. And
when you say high end, what do you mean? Just for the viewers?
Latent end game sets and gearing.
Exactly.
And then tone it down towards more mid game and early game.
Exactly.
Because
so
it will be relevant. It's the further you get in game, the less substats the more specific substats you want. So it's pretty simple to tailor it down.
It's actually we just had a very short. I mean, we were talking on DMs, but we just had a short chat here on the call before I started the stream, and it's interesting. I actually think you need less rules, and it's easier to figure out for late and end game players, just because you have to be more strict. So there's just you need what you're looking for is more specific, and thus it's easier to set up the rules. But what we're going to do, I know a lot of people are doing like early game, mid game, late game, end game, or they're doing 3 versions or whatever. The way I view it is we're just going to do 2 versions. This also will come out as a video that I'll film after we've set everything up. But the way the 2 versions are going to work is there's like a, early, mid, early, late game settings that are the less stringent ones. And then there's the late and end game settings. Your settings aren't going to change from late to end game because when you're in late game, you're trying to get to end game. So you're already looking for very specific high quality gear. It doesn't just need the right stats, it needs to be the right set, so on. But earlier on the same token, you don't really care about cleansing at all until you've run out of space. Of course, you can cleanse like your main stat, right side gear, where it's a flat stat, stuff like that. But in general, it doesn't matter much to have special rules until you need space. And at that point, almost certainly you're out of that early game and you can use the normal, specific, but less stringent mid-game rules. So that's kind of where we're at.
If you're early game, it's basically if it's got crit rate and is attack percent main, you need it.
Yeah, there's so many broad things. I mean, early game, it doesn't. If it has HP bonus and defense bonus as a subset, you're probably going to roll it, right? Early game, you're desperate for literally anything. So
early game, probably going on a tank.
Yeah,
especially if it's Guardian set.
It's pretty simple. I'm still looking. It's shocking how many videos are on my channel. It's disturbing me right now. I'm actually looking for whatever that first video was. I think I'm getting there. Okay, here we are. Day 22. October, it would have been August. Here we go. All right, it was Ultimate Free to Play series, new series, which shockingly has 6,000 views. I would assume those views are people going back to wonder what my first video was. It's actually funny. The first 6 videos all have at least 3,500 views, which I'll tell you at the time they didn't. They had about maybe 50 or 100. All right, you think we're ready to go?
Yep. Oh yeah. Check. Oh, what's he called? I cannot remember his name. Oh yeah, Crodal got a nice update.
Yeah, Pink
It
was
is
telling
definitely
me
worth you checking out.
he got like a shadow buff, right? Let's
Yeah,
see. All right, Crowdor. Crowdor is coming to the hero pool soon as well. This all looks normal. This looks normal. What am I missing?
keep going on the abilities.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is new, the Northgard passive. In gear raid and artifact raid during the ultimate increases the block of all northern defender. That's insanity. uh,
Especially with how quickly he can generate it.
yeah,
And pairing it with the Soul Day.
yeah, that's pretty wild. That's really, really good.
Very nice shadow buff.
Yeah, this is going to help us because this is not in range. It's just all northerner defenders. So this is just like a global map wide thing during his ultimate. Pretty easy to time it out as well. This is going to be pretty huge for progression for a lot of people. Hopefully they do the fusion again, I guess. But otherwise, he should be getting a banner. I believe it. Who was on that banner? I want to say it was like Allura or something. So they'll probably change it. Mediocre. He's not mediocre. He's always been one of the better tanks in the game. I don't know what you guys want out of these heroes. He's meta for an entire codex. He's like on every meta team, and he's completely functional as a tank. That's kind of what tanks are in this game. Let's get after it, all right? So first things first, let's actually let me get onto my main account very quickly. We'll do the next rules on my Epics account because that will get the more lenient rules. But yeah, you already set some rules on your account, right?
Yeah, I've done mine, but it's pretty simple for Endgame.
Yeah.
I think 4 of my 12 were healers.
That's fair.
Just because they actually require specificity for attack or HP.
Yeah, that's true. Sebastian Keynes is in chat. Everyone can go check out Sebastian's channel. He is saying that actually Crowdor is already added to the general pool. Should we go check that? That's pretty crazy. More pool dilution. I'm sure people will love that.
See, when's Kagiri's artifact getting added to the artifact pool?
That's a good question. Well, we'll all get our free copy. I don't see him here. Maybe he'll be added this weekend, you're saying? But I don't see him here. In Forerunner.
Okay,
Who cares about Forerunner? No offense. But, some things can be on Forerunner and come immediately. Some things can be on Forerunner and literally take forever. Like, there are things on Forerunner that have been there 2 years that still haven't come. So that is a big grain of salt. Okay, so if you don't know, how do you get to your gear recommendation settings? You go to gear, you click, and then you go to sell. And now you've got recommendation settings, and then you can make rules. So they come with, pretty amazingly, 3 default rules. So this is the rules when you've seen thumbs up that have existed the whole time. And basically, if one of these rules is fulfilled, the piece of gear, as you can see, will be marked with a thumbs up. A cool thing, I don't know if you saw this, Pink. I was skimming through some of the dev Q&As. Apparently, they're going to give us customizable thumbs. So like there could be like a gold thumb or a silver thumb or a rainbow thumb, something like that, which might sound like not important, but I actually think it's going to be really important because, like, let me do a quick example. Let's say we're doing a rule for right side gear and we'll take our DPS sets, right? And the rule was if it has attack bonus or crit damage as a main, then we need 3 out of I got to click this first. 3 out of this, right? Something like that. That's cool. Maybe that gets a thumbs up. However, once we have the different things, once we have the different kinds of thumbs, I could also say but if it's Soulbound Arcana, whatever, the same DPS sets, you get it. If it's any of those main top end DPS sets with attack bonus, attack bonus main stat, then give me like a golden thumbs up if it gets this, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, make it gold if it's perfect.
Yeah, or like shining, then apparently they already made that. They said this is coming. So I think that's pretty freaking sweet. Because then it's like, yeah, it's nice to know, because basically what's going to happen is when you go to sell, once you import these rules, whether you make them yourselves or you take the ones that we're making now that I'll export and I'll give you guys a code, you can just do, where is it? How do you do the no thumbs up thing? Wasn't there an all, did they get rid of that? Am I insane? Pink, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if it's in that mass cell page.
We had the
It
before.
is in the auto fight and the end selection screen.
I'm pretty sure it used to be. I don't know, but basically it was like sell. It was like show non-recommended gear, so no thumbs up. And you could quick sell them. But quick sell. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, unrecommended gear. You can just do this, and now every gear that isn't recommended will be selected. You see, so that's pretty nice, right? But right now, their rules are not specific enough. They're not strong enough for us to do it. Moving forward, they will be once you import your own setting. You do your own settings, you import ours. So that will be really strong. But it doesn't tell you how good of a thumb it's getting, you know, because as you'll see, some of these could theoretically still get a thumbs up if it was like attack speed with crit damage, crit rate, and flat attack, which is because that's how the settings will have to be set, which obviously is not a super thumbs up. But again, if it was attack bonus with crit rate, crit damage, flat attack, attack speed, that's something special. That's pretty rare. Okay, shall we?
Yep.
You want to start with the 2-piece sets? Maybe that's easier.
I'd say start with the 3-piece sets.
3-piece sets? Sure. I do think first things first, we got to delete all these old rules. How do I do that?
Manage plan. Manage plan at the bottom.
Yeah. Nice.
And delete trash can top right.
Yeah.
Just get rid of the trash.
There was a select all button. I just didn't see it. Okay, so let's make a rule.
The their rule set was that they only have 2 required on everything.
Let me actually make a note of this. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll say end game, late end game settings. There we go. So that's what we're working on right now. So should we start with DPS, you think?
It's the easiest way.
Yeah.
Well, it makes no sense to me.
So for perspective, guys, there's a couple sets that you just will never use. So they won't get any settings. So they will have no rules. So basically a Hawkeye, for example, will never get a thumbs up for late and endgame, because once you're at that point, you need both gear of a certain quality, but also the right set. And Hawkeye, Fracture, Fatality, Styx, the Doom, these 5 are completely without use. So they will not be getting any rule, right? But
there's
so we'll say
really 8 that are relevant endgame.
What do you say? Sorry.
There's only really 8, I think, that are relevant endgame.
Sounds about right. Yeah, we'll take you guys through. So basically, I still think I will probably make a distinction already. Hopefully, we don't run out of rules. We'll call this like best DPS sets. This is what I'm thinking, and hopefully they're buffing Hell's Lament, so we'll include it. Infernal Roar, Soulbound Arcana, Ageless, and then I'm also including Insight and the Wisdom, because these both obviously are ascendable to become. Insight can become Infernal Roar, Wisdom can become Soulbound Arcana. That makes them super powerful. So for these, we're obviously going to be pretty strict on all of this stuff. Oh, and Night Terror, excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, Night Terror becomes Ageless Wrath. On this stuff, we're still going to be very strict, but slightly less strict than the next group you're going to see me do. So here, basically what we'll do, you think there's any world you're keeping a crit rate if the stats are like perfect? Should that be a separate rule or just none at all?
I wouldn't endgame at all. It's too readily available.
I think I will, and I'll show you how I would do it, but we'll do that after. But for now, these will be like the not crit rate rules. So we'll do attack bonus.
Set an alternate just for crit rate.
Yeah, I'll make a special. Exactly. A crit rate piece needs something extremely perfect, which we'll go over. So essentially for these top sets, we need attack bonus, crit damage, or attack speed. And people might scoff at attack speed, but there are enough practical uses on an attack speed amulet that even endgame, it's still viable, especially if it has great substats. Some people might push back on that, but that's my opinion. And then what we're going to need is you need the right substat. So it's going to be attack, flat attack, rage regen, crit damage, attack bonus, crit rate, attack speed. And you're going to need 3 of these. Do you agree with that, Pink?
I personally would drop attack off of it because the 4th slot is a flex.
That's fair.
And rage regen, because you want to have the ability to have HP bonus or rage regen or attack.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah. So basically it's
Because
saying, this is saying if it has attack speed as a DPS piece, it needs these three, which I do hard agree with. Basically, it's saying it needs the old version of quality ancient substats. I agree with this, and you're right. If we're taking 3 out of these 4, maybe you're obviously not going to get you can't get all 4 because all of these will overlap except for crit rate will overlap with the main stat, and then like you said, you have the 4th flex spot, and that's where these 2 will go. So yeah, I think this is good. I agree. Does that work?
yep, it just makes more sense to me.
Yeah, I'll call this top DPS sets. Cool. All right, there we go. Let's save that. So that's our first DPS rule. Let's make another rule now. So this one's going to be called like kind of lesser DPS sets. This does not mean the worst ones, because the worst ones we're not even going to discuss, which again, you can push back if you disagree to me, are Fracture, Fatality, Hawkeye, Styx, and the Doom. The only argument would be for Fatality, but Fatality is so supremely rare, you'll never get a full set. And for it to be usable, you would need an amazing full set, which I've never seen someone having to begin with anyway. So those 5 are just ignored. So what we're actually discussing here basically comes down to Curse and... I guess it's just Curse, or do you think Curse should be pushed out as well?
Endgame, I'd push Curse out.
It's pretty fair. The only thing is there still going to be a mechanism in the game that doesn't let you sell Ancients? Because a good Cursed Ancient still would have its place, at the very least on like a Faction Trials or something, right?
It still doesn't let you auto-select the Ancients. Okay,
then I'm fair. Then I'm on the same page with you. Then we're actually the completely ignored ones are gonna be this. So in that case, we don't even need the distinction. Don't save. So we can just call it DPS sets. So already we're saving rules. This is beautiful.
Yep, that's why DPS is so easy endgame.
Yeah, definitely won't be this easy.
Everything except 3 perfect substats.
Exactly. We'll have to get more specific moving forward. But yeah, there we go with that. Now we'll have to make a rule for crit rate. We'll call it crit rate main. It needs to be one of the good sets. And I will not include Insight, Wisdom, and Night Terror. I think you'll agree. You're never ascending a crit rate main piece. It's not worth the Ascension material. What do you think?
Nope.
Yeah.
Especially if it's Ancient. Definitely not.
Exactly. So it will have to be one of these 4 sets. And then obviously we're talking about crit rate main. And then the subsets have to include, I would say, at a minimum, these 3. Required all 3 of them. I actually personally think what I would do is this, and it needs 4 of this. What do you think?
I would be super picky and go for 4.
Yeah.
It's the only way I'm running crit rate at the end.
The one caveat I would make is there is a world that you could end up with like attack speed, rage, and crit damage, which that is a sell, but it's slightly imperfect. And the only other way we could avoid that would be to make 2 crit rate rules, which I guess we could do. We'll see if we have extra rules at the end. Which we actually probably will. Should we just do that? Make 2 rules, so it's just like completely like infallible. What do you think? Infallible?
Yeah, we can make another rule at the end.
We can make it now. I'm thinking. I think we're gonna have. If people don't know, you get 20 rules. I think it'd be harder to make these kind of exceptions with the mid game rules that we're gonna have. But for these late end game rules, I think there's not gonna be that many rules. So the first one is like this kind of perfect. Let me see. You know, what would be nice originally is if they could have tiers to the importance of substats, right? So like these 2 are required, and then we could have the next 3. It's 2 of the 3. You know what I'm saying?
I would prefer if we could have ignored substats.
That'd be good too.
Right click defense and HP and defense bonus and healing effect. Just make them red.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, so I think this is the rule 1, and then this will be the rule 2. Do you agree? Yeah. Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry, this would be the rule 1, and this would be the rule 2. That's what I meant to do. What do you think?
That works.
Yeah.
Although if you're going attack speed, mate, why You're going attack speed main only, so why have you got it selected as substat? Oh no, it's crit rate. Don't worry,
We're doing
I'm being
crit
an
rate,
idiot.
yeah. I'm not gonna have special attack speed rules. I mean, we can check at the end if we have a leftover rule. We'll do attack speed rules. How about that? We'll split up the attack and crit damage for one, and then attack speed for the other. Maybe we could split them all up. We'll see how many leftover rules we have. Okay, so crit rate. The first rule is it needs attack bonus, crit damage, rage, and attack speed, and it needs all four. There we go. Now let's make another rule. Crit rate main 2. Same stats here. Again, we're not taking the ascendable stats. And for this one, it needs attack bonus, crit damage, attack speed, and flat attack. There is an argument maybe you don't want the attack speed, but I think in the vast majority of use cases, first off, these pieces are going to be so rare it doesn't even matter. In the vast majority of use cases, you'd much prefer attack speed to rage regen for a piece like this. Okay.
I prefer the rage regen over attack, but yeah.
Yeah, but that was the first rule, right?
Yeah.
I think we'd all agree I think that we'd both agree that no attack speed would be the least desirable of the three.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we didn't
Basically,
include it.
there's only 2 possible crit rate mains that can be used.
Exactly. So people, let me actually address this. People like, you can use crit rate main stats in the late end game. Honestly, yes. And this is something, if you go back to my old videos, I was so against. I was like, never use a crit rate main. However, when it comes to left side gear, there are pieces that are so strong in their substats without crit rate that it makes up for the inefficiency of using a crit rate main stat. So what I'm saying is, let's say I actually have an Annihilating Might set like this, 2 ancient pieces. The weapon is like crit damage, attack speed, attack bonus, rage regen, something like that. Maybe it's slightly worse than that, but you get it. No crit rate, but everything else is perfect. And then the other one is attack bonus, flat attack, crit damage, and attack speed. So I'm getting such good secondary stats from the left, even in the end game, that it justifies using a crit rate main. However, the crit rate main I use would not be, as we said, just like crit rate, attack bonus, crit damage. The one I use that pairs with that is a Soulbound Arcana crit rate main with attack bonus, crit damage, attack speed, and rage regen. So it's like very strong. That, to me, that's the use case. Do you agree with that?
Well, it's like my Lust still has a crit rate main stat, Infernal Warp Angle. But it's attack bonus, crit damage, attack speed, and attack, all of them bordering gold. And she comes out with almost 9k extra attack. I don't need to push more attack. She's got 230% extra crit damage. She's got 320 extra attack speed. All of her stats are perfect.
Yeah. And you're probably using some left side gear with really amazing substats with no crit rate. And the crit rate piece is allowing you to do that, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm running gold attack bonus because I can.
Yeah. So that's the use case. It's not common, but there is a actual use. You know, maybe not if you're in Mad or like the tops, whatever, the Shire or who, I don't know who all the top guilds are, Dragon Slayers, Celestials, whatever. But for a normal endgame player, you'll find at least a use on one hero. Like that's what I do on my Twin Fiend because I want tons of rage regen. Anyway, there we go. We got 3 rules done. So we have the general DPS rules, which we probably will at the end split off into at least 2 different, if not 3 different rules. And then we've got our 2 crit rate rules. Should we do some tank stuff now?
Tanks is really easy.
I agree. Well, one thing, did you split? I would split it up into 2. Do you split it up into 2?
I did not because I kept HP and defense together. But
Okay.
I am very confident in my tank gear already.
So personally, I think we should split it up because I do think we're gonna have enough rules. Are you cool with that?
Yep.
Okay. So for me,
I don't need to.
For me, when you're late game or end game, the only like tank stats that matter are tank sets that matter are going to be Tempered Will, Unshaken Will, Morale, and then of course Guardian, wherever that is hiding. You agree? Would you also put Glacier?
Put separately in a utility set.
You put Morale in a utility group?
Yeah.
I think I would have it overlap. We could do it, but we can have multiple sets among multiple rules, right?
Yeah. But for example, my utility group is normally attack, speed, rage, regen, and health.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, morale would fit perfectly into that grouping.
However, there are like great morale tank pieces that you would want to keep. You know, if you had amazing tank gear and morale, there's a real use for that.
Yeah, but that would show in my grouping because it's got HP bonus.
Okay, fair enough. But the Glacier, this is going to be the big question mark. I think you kind of have to. It's hard to say. Maybe it even needs its own thing. It's so specific what you're looking for there. What do you think?
Yeah, I just hate Glacier. But why is it? Why is it even in the game?
It's a weird set, but I do use it, so I think it's probably best with its own rule. So
Yeah,
that's my plan going into it. Unfortunately, we have to make a Glacier rule. All right, tank HP bonus main. Does that fit? No. HPB main. There. That means HP bonus. Does HP bond fit? There we go. Okay. So tank HP bonus main. Obviously, HP bonus is the main. I think at a hard minimum, you need defense bonus, flat defense, flat HP. Do you agree?
yep,
I think personally, I'm comfortable with just that, and you need all three.
yep.
Cool. We're good.
Now, if you click HP bonus and you click defense bonus in the row above, they would all come up with requiring all of them.
Oh, you're right. We can fit it into one rule. That's fair.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's exclusionary. Yeah, because you might say like you're doing HP bonus and you can take 3 of these 4, but obviously you can't take HP. Okay, you're right. It's one rule. Okay, we're learning. I'm learning. So there we go.
It's something you have to remember on the left side sets because you have crit damage and attack speed that are left-right exclusive.
That's true. Yeah, it's going to be ancient limited. Okay, let's change the name of this then. Tank sets. Should we just Glacier out of the way now?
Can do.
How many does it have? Like a. It's too bad it's not giving us like a we've done X out of 20 rules. They said we can do 20 rules. I guess we've done 4, but I wish they would just tell us. Okay, so next up we have got Glacier. So Glacier, absolutely, you need an HP bonus or an attack bonus as a main. And then for the substats, I would say this is where it gets kind of tricky. Very tricky. You'll need those other 2. And then how do you say it? Because there's there are use cases like my constants, you need defense bonus on it, which I kind of would argue you probably do want all the time. For DPSers, I would say I don't see a use really for this. I really just see it as a constants thing. What do you think of that?
See, late game, it is not a DPS set in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
When you compare it to any of the others, it is trash.
Okay, so we're agreeing.
Yeah.
In which case, I think you need these 3. So this is not actually 3. This is 4. And then I would say you probably need the flat HP, or maybe rage regen. It's actually hard to say. Maybe like this. I don't know.
See, people could argue that it's good on Abomination, but I would say put either of the other top tier DPS sets on him.
I agree with that.
Does not give you a 40% damage increase.
I very often run my Abomination. So this is going back to what we said about the curse set, and I actually think this holds true. The reason we're setting all these rules is for auto selling, and you confirm that we can't auto sell ancients. And when you do run a DPS set, you're probably just mixing and matching the random good DPS Glacier ancients you've picked up along the way. So personally, I do run Glacier on Abomination. That's just because I have it. He would be better in other stuff, but I already just have it and it works. So it's just easy, right? But it's just a bunch of those ancients. What's up, Mikey?
Just hope you gathered them before you get to that point.
Okay, let's circle back to this though. So if it's attack bonus, then this is guaranteeing HP and defense. If it's HP, this is giving attack, and if it's HP, it's giving attack and defense. But you need a third substat, so it's going to have to be a picker for. I would say maybe this. This is kind of what I'm thinking. How's that look to you?
I could argue attack speed instead of the flat HP.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Because it's just better for Jenny Rage, which you do actually care about with your tanky defenders and things.
That's true. Yeah, I agree. Okay, that works for me. So this still has like a slip through the cracks kind of thing, right? Oh no, we clicked 4. So actually, no, nothing can slip through the cracks. In which case, I kind of almost feel like, should we go like this? What would be the worst case here? You got attack bonus, so you miss HP. You'd get like attack bonus, HP. You'd miss HP bonus. So you get attack bonus, flat HP, rage regen, attack speed, defense bonus. There's maybe I think this is good. I think that's still not terrible. Like that piece could get a look if it rolled well.
It could get a look in.
Cool. All right, so those are our glacier rules. So we got 5 rules done. So now you want to walk us through your. So you lumped healers and like spammers together. You're saying, and utilities together.
No, I did spammers and utility as one on its own, and then I did 2 separate healers.
Okay,
so you have attack and defense based.
So let's do some spammer utility. So for that, we're thinking Invig, we're thinking morale, we are thinking Mana Spring, I would say. The only thing I would think here is because it's late endgame, it doesn't matter. But even now to this day, like I'll comfortably run my Mari in a broken set because sets for spammers I just feel like don't matter as much. When we say spammers, we mean people that just like Mari, Aeon, Laurel, just get out a bunch of hits, make generate a lot of rage. But I think for simplicity, should we just keep it to this?
Yeah. See, I was at that point in mid game, but if you have an invigoration attack speed main stat and 2 HP main stats, there is no reason you do not have your Mari in it.
Simple I agree, except there's content where like you already have enough Invig that she's not putting Invig on anyone, so it's just on herself. We don't care about her attack. And like to this day, from like my first month playing the game, I got a legendary rage regen piece. But these kind of things you can just lock as you're progressing. But it's just this always sticks in my head. That has like a 96 attack speed substat on it, so I still use that. Just because it's at the end of the day with someone like Mari, it is all as much as rage regen is nice and tankiness is nice. If you can get that elsewhere, you just want attack speed to the moon. But that's niche. Just lock your stuff. So I think we'll go for these 3. You think HP? How did you divide this up though? Because obviously you'll need attack speed on the amulet. How did you do this? And rage regen on the ring a lot of the times.
I just went HP, attack speed, and rage regen.
Okay.
The main stats, which I think I went through. And substats, there is only really 3 you want. But you could set it to 2 secondary attributes and it will always pull everything, or you could set it to 3 and add flat HP. It depends on how specific you want to get.
Like what I just did, you're saying add the flat HP?
That is if you want it more specific.
You're probably right though, because think about it. If you had an Invig piece with HP bonus, with rage regen, attack speed sub, and like defense bonus, and it rolled well, you're not going to care that it didn't have flat HP. So maybe just do it this way. So what we're saying is, guys, what we're saying is this guarantees you the 2. You're getting all 3 stats. So you're getting one of these main stats, and then whichever one is in the main stat, this is locking in the other 2. I think it's as simple as this, huh?
Yep. And I wouldn't add Asclepius because you should not be upgrading Asclepius for a spammer or utility.
I agree. Personally, I think the only reason to upgrade Asclepius that I've ever found is Dolores, and even then, because it takes the same ascension materials as actually, am I crazy? Or does it take the same as frick? No, it takes that. You know why I'm getting confused? It's because Asclepius drops from Gear 8-3, but Invig's from Gear 8-2. No, it takes the same as Ageless Wrath and Night Terror. So that's not the end of the world. But yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine. What do you think?
Yeah, I would seriously question upgrading Asclepius for a spammer.
Yeah. Cool.
I would seriously question upgrading anything that isn't nigh on perfect.
Okay, so we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rules. Shall we do? I think we should probably split healers into 2, huh?
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, so HP healers will go Morale, Invig, and Asclepius. Do you think Mana Spring 2 or no?
Late game, no, it's not worth it.
I think that's fair. Okay, so obviously we need like this. You'll need that same pairing, and it actually kind of almost is going to be the same. I mean, but probably you'll need the flat HP, maybe like this. do you think? Or you want heal effect?
I would rather have heal effect.
Or you want like this? You get it all. Yeah, I guess because late game, end game, you're never going to run a heal effect main piece. So I think you're right.
Yeah.
Cool with that?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, now it's going to be the exact same drill here for attack-based healer. Did I call it HP healer or HP-based healer? HP healers. Okay, so then we'll call it attack healers. So Invig, Morale, and Asclepius. Asclepius is less desirable here, but you'll still find a use for it if it's perfect. And theoretically, you could ascend something, especially if it's non-ancient. So we'll go like this. And then, excuse me, rage regen, attack speed, heal effect. We like this?
You want to add more primaries. You've only got attack speed as the primary. You want to.
Oh shoot! Of course, my bad. There we go. Cool.
Yep.
I got ahead of myself. Okay, created. Okay, great. So trying to think anything else for right side. I think so. We've got, is it 8 rules we have or 7? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we got 8. I think we should split up attack bonus and crit damage and attack speed. What do you say?
Do left side first and then revisit.
Fair enough. Yeah, see how much if we have the 2 extra spots or not.
Yeah.
Arno's asking why we wouldn't add the tier 3 tank sets. You're not going to run a tank set on your healer. I mean, very, very rare. I'm trying to think. No, there's first off, the chance of having a full set of that for a healer would be pretty specific. Not likely, but also it's always going to pale in comparison to doing morale or invig or something. All right, should we do left side?
Yep.
For the HP healers, they don't give HP. Unless somehow I'm misremembering, but I don't think I am. It doesn't let us click. Hold on.
Oh, I can check. Oh yeah, you'll stream anyway, so you can.
Let me go. Oh, I can go to the Forge and check that way. I'm almost certain they don't. One gives defense and mitigation.
One gives 20% HP, and you heal yourself when you're attacked.
Oh, it gives 20%. I didn't. So is it? That's one of the wills. Unshaken will maybe. Wait, why am I so lost right now?
Unshaken will.
I guess we can lump that in.
You're not even in gear. Just go back and click on the left side. Okay.
Yeah, when deployed, I guess the plus 20%. Yeah, that's fair. So that was Unshaken Will. Okay, we can lump. I'm happy to do that. I'm gonna be honest. I've never used the Forge, so I couldn't even tell you Unshaken Will. I know one is like you get 5% defense for everyone you're blocking, right? And you get defense reduction. That must be Tempered Will, I guess. Settings. Good point, Arno. Okay, HP. Edit. And we'll add in Unshaken Will. Cool. Thank you. That's why we're collaborating, baby. Okay, left side.
Yep.
This is where it gets annoying because it's like you kind of like think of like Calamity and Warlord. For that, you need like a DPS one and you need a healer one, right? So I guess we'll have to make 2 rules for each pairing like that. Do you agree?
I went DPS, well, attack-based DPS, and I split them all out, so I have healers separately, and again 2 healer ones.
Oh, okay, so that's a lot of rules then.
Yeah, that's the because like rate you don't want on your healers and stuff like that, so it stops you being able to combine them.
Fair. And what did you include Whirlwind in your DPS grouping?
I did, but only because I have specific uses for it still.
Personally, I think we definitely should. It's suboptimal, but it's still like if the piece is good enough, you would still use it.
Yeah.
Do we care about defense-based DPS? Honestly, no. If we have an extra rule at the end, we can do it, but I think no.
I personally did HP based and not defense based, but it's identical to the attack one with HP.
Yeah, we'll see what the extra rules at the end look like. Okay, so it's attack-based DPS. We don't pick this. So this is kind of where it gets annoying. But certainly you need attack bonus and crit rate as musts. And now we got to think of the selection, right? So if we did something like this and we did 3, this actually is guaranteeing that the weapon will have attack bonus, crit rate, attack speed, and the breastplate will have attack bonus, crit damage, crit rate, because you can only get crit damage on the breastplate and you can only get attack speed on the weapon. Do you think that's sufficient?
I think it's the only way to do it.
I think so too.
Because rage regen is also ancient exclusive.
Yeah. So the only other thing you could do is add flat attack, but this is just constricting your breastplates, and it also opens the door to getting a breastplate that is attack bonus, crit rate, flat attack. So I think you kind of
restricts you for places like Senra where you're actually looking for HP bonuses.
That's a good point too. Okay, we're good with this?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, come on.
Name. Have you already used that name? Oh no. It's just
no. The other one I called DPS sets.
Yeah, because that's one thing you cannot do. You cannot use a name twice.
Okay, so for this one, I think we should do tanks. But I'm just trying to think, because the weird thing is, for a weapon, you literally need perfection. So I don't know how to open that door for the how to do them separately. In my opinion, for a tank, the vast majority of tanks you would need this. You could argue that you could want like this, but I don't know. And if you did this as a 4, then you know, the 3, you're missing out on 2 of these stats, because the main stat's going to be HP and you can't get attack speed, so you're only guaranteeing yourself. But maybe that is sufficient. I don't know. What do you think?
I left attack speed as an open / flex slot and had it to 3.
Had this to 3. But then you're opening your weapons to having like flat defense, flat HP defense bonus, and no HP bonus. That's the problem.
Actually, yeah, it does opens the weapons up.
Yeah, which I would not be. I'll tell you guys, there's no world you're using a piece without HP bonus on it. So
no, I'm gonna have to make it 4.
Yeah, so that'd be my argument for the attack speed. Again, it does open the door that this could be your weapon stats, but like it's a pretty specific random thing. Whereas this, if we did it this way, I'm saying this opens it to missing the HP bonus that way, but this would happen a lot more if we did it this way. I don't know.
Or you remove the flat HP and have attack speed. And 4. No, because you won't get flat HP on the left side.
Yeah, I think we have to do it this way. I don't, unless you did it in 2 rules, is the only way.
Yeah, it would take 2 rules, but is it?
Because you would have this would be 1 rule, and then yeah, but then that still falters. You know, this would be 1 rule, and this would cover like the perfect weapon if you don't need speed, and then this would be the other rule. But it still would have little slip throughs though, so you might as well just double down on this rule, I think.
Basically, to make it perfect, they need to let us choose the HP attack main stat bit.
Yeah, you need to have something. What they need to do is have like a tick that like this one's required, you know?
Well, no, if they had, see slightly above, you have the attack HP grayed out.
Yeah.
If they were selectable, attack would mean weapon, and HP would mean breastplate.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, so we could do it that way, but we can't. So I think we have to do it this way. Do you agree?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So this is going to be for our tanks. These are our sets. I really think there's no argument for any other set. I guess you could think for like a DPS tank annihilating might, but that would be all different stats, and that's not worthy because you'd still want them tanky. So no. Yeah. Okay. There we go. That's
HP based damage dealer would fulfill that anyway.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to do next? Healers or?
Healers makes more sense because then you're going into more specific.
Yeah, so we'll do attack healers. So Light's Grace, Warlord, Calamity. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm pretty, and even there's an argument for Whirlwind. I don't know. It's annoying. What do you think?
It's because you'd want a perfect whirlwind piece. It's like the same with Salvation. There's no real reason to run it unless it's perfect.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you guys, and if it's not an ancient, there's no world you're running a salvation piece, weapon or breastplate in the end game. The reason you run salvation is because they're guaranteed attack speed and rage regen as two of their substats if they're an ancient. That's why you use. I don't have a single non-ancient salvation piece on my account. Okay, so we'll do these four. It's actually very
I think
annoying
I
that
have
we
one
can't do our weapons and then do our. I don't like that. What were you saying?
The only way I found to do it is with the crit damage and attack speed differentiation
Yeah.
using the mutual exclusivity, but that only works on DPS.
Yeah. So basically, for an attack, this is what you would need on the breastplate. I guess you could also pick up some HP bonus, but then this is what you would need on the. So if we did 3, right? That probably works, right? Because this guarantees us, because you can't get attack speed on the breastplate, it guarantees us these 3, and then on the weapon, it guarantees us because you can't get flat attack because that's already the main stat. It guarantees us these 3. You think that's the best way to do it?
Yep.
All right.
Rage regen's only for ancients.
We use this already. Attack healer left. We'll change the other one to attack healer right, I guess. You can't. So Jeff is saying, can't you choose whether weapon or armor by choosing the attack or HP main stat? No, you're not allowed to click the main stat on the left side gear. It's like grayed out. So that's not an option. Okay, so we do HP healers then.
Yep. You've done the attacks, you may as well do exactly the same for HP.
So same thing, except instead of Warlord and Calamity, we're taking Immortal Warrior and Life Force. You see, this is Jeff. You can't click this. So yeah, it's the same.
Click them, it would be so much better.
For sure. It's the same story though. So basically we're getting dictated by the limitations of each. So the weapon can't get actually no, with the weapon we're kind of stuck. That's actually annoying. Ooh, this is trickier. And also we're getting blocked out here by this main stat.
Yep. This is
terrible.
one.
Yeah, this is not good. I think you just dang, because then you could go 2, but then you could end up with it's terrible. Well, if you do 2, it sorts the breastplate for you, right? Because you can only get these 2, because this is the main stat and this can't be used. So you're guaranteeing the HP bonus and heal effect. But then it has a huge issue with the weapon because you could get like flat HP and heal effect, which is a disaster.
Yeah, I had to go with that and with 3.
You did this with 3?
Yeah.
So, but then how are they going to even reconcile what to do with the breastplate? Will it work?
They don't get to reconcile what to do with the breastplate. It will have to have HP bonus, healing effect, and attack speed, which means it will have to be an ancient. But I am at that point. Most people should not do that.
Yeah, so that's not going to be a normal thing.
It's just a pain because we can't force it to show breastplate.
Yeah. Yeah, because if it was breastplate, you could just do like this, and you'd be like good to go.
Yep. Instantly.
So, dang.
Oh yeah, Maku's complaining about the exact same thing.
I don't know how to the best way to do this. I guess you could split it up into two different rules, but then you're gonna have sleep throughs on the wrong piece. You
You
can't pick
can't pick.
HP primary. Look at this. It cannot select. I just told you that, Jeff, and then I showed you. Don't use
That's the
exclamation
exact
points at
problem.
us. This is the problem we're encountering. They're unselectable. They're grayed out. Okay, so you absolutely need attack speed on the weapon. It's a requirement. So I think you have to go like this, and then you're just gonna have to deal with like some stuff sucking.
Where you go 3 and occasionally the weapon will be
Occasionally
bad.
the weapon will get flat HP, heal effect, attack speed.
Yeah. Selling 5 pieces of gear is a lot easier than selling 20.
Yeah. Okay, I think you just have to do it this way. It's imperfect. Okay, so that's healers, that's attack DPS, that's tanks. What now? I guess there's it's kind of already covering a lot. We can do if we want to do any HP DPS maybe.
Yep. I have HP and defense based DPS together.
And how did you go about that?
It's basically exactly the same as the attack based one. Again, just defense bonus, HP bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and attack speed. Annihilating might and whirlwind.
I can't imagine a world where you're gonna not run an HP bonus left side on an HP healer on an HP DPS, right? Like the whole point
Yeah.
is that they're tanky and they're putting out DPS, and then you're giving up a little of both if you don't do that.
It depends. My
Fair
walk
enough.
doesn't need it, but other people would. The annihilating might is also very nice if you're stacking full HP bonuses on the right side.
Yeah.
Add HP bonus.
Yeah, I got it. And then you do 3 like this.
Yep, I think it's 3. Yeah, because you will always.
It does
Yeah.
create a situation where like you could get like HP bonus, crit rate, defense bonus, but that's not even on the weapon, but that's not even bad. However, on the breastplate it's perfect though, because like you can't get attack speed, so you're either gonna get defense bonus, crit rate, crit damage. That's a defense DPS, or you're gonna get HP bonus, crit rate. Oh no, that's actually not true. You could get HP bonus, crit defense, crit damage. So there's gonna be bleed throughs.
Yeah, there's going to be one bleed through, and basically, if it doesn't have crit rate, you sell it.
Yeah, that's fair. So you'll have
So
to
you're
still go
looking for
back and
one
check.
stat on them.
R-Type's
I'll try
making
to
a
do it.
good point. Yeah. It's imperfect, but it's so much easier, right? So you do 200 runs and you're going to have like 12 thumbs ups or whatever. You can look through those 12. That's not like the mental burden and like the time sink. That is looking through 200 pieces, which is what we have to do now because their thumbs up are so unreliable. So I think we're good with that, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's create that. The only final consideration is just for like speed craziness. Like I do wonder if well, let me actually just quickly check our healer stuff. If it maybe it just overlaps. So for our attack for HP healers, yeah, I think maybe I don't know how many rules we have. Is it 20 total rules but total between these
I
two?
think total.
Let me count really quickly. 1, 2. It's unbelievable, by the way, that there's no tally that says we're like at 14 out of 20 or whatever on the bottom corner. 1,
We can
2,
get a pin
3.
counter. How are you going to put a simple counter for that?
One, two, three, four,
Ooh,
5.
click manage plan.
What do you say?
Click manage plan.
Oh, manage plan. Oh, we're at 13.
Thank you,
Oh, we're
Jack.
13 out of 20. Okay, so this is something I want to add. So this is like for like your spammer guys. I don't know, maybe there's a better way to call it, but like you need to save like for the ideal piece, right? You want like attack speed, HP bonus, flat HP specifically. Maybe this is like two because it still technically would be covered. Actually, let me double check that. Would it? I guess it
It
because
would still
it
come
would
under
be
the
covered.
heroes
Okay, it would
type.
be covered. Never mind. Okay, so that's cool that like other things get caught in it. Is there anything else we could get more specific on the left, or should we go get specific on the right?
You could get more specific with Artemis and stuff like that, but you're down to literal heroes.
I guess you could do honestly.
And the non-attack speed heroes as well. So Vienna and stuff.
That's true. I would say like inspiration heroes, like you need just like this for the breastplate, right? Because like I check all of those to this day. I like you don't want to let a warlord breastplate slip through the cracks because it was like attack bonus, flat attack, flat defense, flat HP, but then the attack bonus and flat attack we're gonna roll gold, right?
Yeah.
I think this should be added. What was the other one you just said for like Vienna? You mean?
Yeah, that's the only real specificity I can think of.
But the rule for that, right, would just be like this, and then it would just be like this. Excuse me, sorry, it would just be like this, right? For like the weapon, and then it just opens up a whole thing.
Literally, yeah, you can actually make it more specific.
Yeah, because you could do this, but then now all of a sudden you're getting all these breastplates that only have attack bonus and crit rate, and I don't know if that's worth it. I'd rather just like have to deal with putting, attack bonus, crit rate, and attack speed on Virna, and she doesn't benefit from the. It's really just Virna, isn't it? Is there anyone else? I don't think it's worth it. Is my point.
No, that it's not.
Let's see. So Artemis, that was one. It's so specific. But would he still get covered? I feel like he would, right? Because here he could get.
The only thing he'll be missing would be heal effect.
But we can live without that forever, right?
Yeah, we can live without that.
We can live without that because you're not running your Artemis with Light's Grace or something, unless it was an ancient, in which case you're saving it anyway, right?
Yeah, you're not really running anybody with Light's Grace anyway.
That's very, very true. I think we're done with the two pieces, and I think we have 6 plans left. So if there's anything really specific, I think, do we have to delete this one and make individuals? It's probably cleaner to do it that way, right?
Did you add an HP DPS?
Oh yeah, we didn't add HP and defense-based DPS on the right. So we can do that. And then we could split this up into 3. That would put us at 19, or we could just keep this. Hold on. So we could keep this. Why not? It's a catch-all, right? It still works, yeah. I think. Yeah, we'll keep that. We'll do the same thing for HP, same thing for defense, and we still have 3 more sets, and we can do the individual stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a lovely catch-all for all of the offensive sets.
HP. Did I do a dash? I want consistency. No, I didn't. HP DPS sets.
It's okay. If you want consistency, change all the names after. And if you want them in the correct orders, just add a space and resave it.
Okay, so for HP DPS, we said Unshaken Will gives 20% HP. That's actually kind of enormous. Asclepius gives some HP. And then aside from that, our normal sets, right?
Yep, normal DPS sets.
I want to again propose, and I think you'll agree, you're not ascending. I mean, maybe like later on, if like there's some amazing HP-based DPS, but as it stands now, there's no one in the game you're ascending this HP-based DPS gear for, right?
There wasn't enough use case for it, no.
Yeah, I think you just have to just ignore it. And then if they do add like HP based Ardia, we can cross that bridge when we get there, right? And honestly,
Basically,
if you've been
people need to put an HP DPS set and a defense one. So they need to put both of them in as soon as they start farming the endgame sets and just keep it.
Yeah, you need like one.
Yeah, you need one. That's it.
Yeah.
There's like 3 heroes where it's relevant, and you'll never use all 3.
Okay, so this stuff will never run crit rate as main, so I think it's just going to be the same thing, right? Just like this.
It's an identical catch-all to the attack based.
Yeah. So perfect. Okay, let's do the same exact thing for defense. So for defense, now instead of Unshaken Will, we'll take Tempered Will. We don't need the Asclepius, so we'll just take boom, boom, boom. Did I miss? Oh, Hell's I'm really counting on them buffing Hell's Okay, we're good with those sets. We'll do defense bonus, crit damage, attack speed, and then we'll do attack speed, crit rate, Cool.
Yep.
Okay, almost there. So now let's do our specific stuff. Wisdom, Night Terror, Insight, Ageless, Soulbound, Infernal, Hell's Lament. I think that's all of it. Yeah. Okay, so this will be specifically for attack speed. Call it attack speed DPS. And if it has an attack speed main, you want to really, like, I think require it. We can have like a but it's still getting caught, isn't it? So we don't even need it.
Yeah, it's still getting caught.
It's all getting caught. Yeah, because you would still take this. Yeah, I think it's good. I think we're done.
Yeah. That's why I liked my catch-alls.
Yeah, I think they work out well. So to recap, on the right side, we got defense DPS sets, HP DPS sets, attack DPS sets. We got healer, right side gear, attack based healer, right side gear. We got spammer and utility. We've got the glacier rule. We got tank sets. We got crit rate main 1 and 2, and that's it. And then here we've got our inspiration heroes, which I feel like you just have to do, unfortunately, because you can't let that slip through the cracks. It's going to lead to some nonsense, but it's worth it. And then we've got our HP and defense DPS. Then we've got our healers for the left side, our attack healers for the left side. We got our tanks. We got our attack-based DPS, and I think we're good to go.
I don't think we've missed anybody.
Chat, anybody think we missed anything? I have a left side gearing video, Kyle, where I go over all the special stuff with left side. Any Rage Regen builds? Yeah, that is caught in Spammer. So you can see like Pyros, if we look to Spammer, these all require that you have all 3 of these stats. So one of the main stats will be HP bonus, Rage Regen, and attack speed, and then the other 2 have to be substats. Attack-based healer left side gear, what do you want us to revisit about it? I actually think this one was perfect. This one is completely imperfect, but I don't think we can do anything better. This one I do think is perfect. No worries. Yeah, you can see. So if it's you have to get 3 stats. If it's a breastplate, it can't have attack speed, so you're guaranteed you're getting flat attack bonus, heal effect, which is exactly what you're looking for. And then if it's a weapon, you can't have flat attack, because it already has as the main stat, so you're guaranteeing attack bonus, heal effect, and attack speed. There's a huge hole here, obviously, because there's worlds with the weapon where you don't get attack speed, and I'm 1,000,000% of the fact you should not ever have a single weapon on a healer that doesn't have attack speed on it. A gluttony rule, the gluttony would fall under pretty comfortably under HP DPS. I think we're good. All right, guys, you guys were here to watch the live. You get the plan first. So that's Endgame. Late Endgame. Dang, this is going to make cleansing the best thing ever. I can't wait to do this. Okay,
yeah,
ready for the
700 pieces yesterday.
What do you say?
3 clicks. I sold 700 pieces in like 3 clicks yesterday.
It's incredible. Yeah, actually, let me send a message really fast. Guys, someone's DMing me. Can pay to win players. Can you guys buy auto battles?
It doesn't matter if you can buy auto battles or not because auto clickers are free.
Yeah, but how do I tell this person DMing me how to use that?
I think you get some in some of the packs.
Okay, I need to give me 1 second. Let's gather ourselves because I actually do think this will be a bit harder, but I do think it's pretty reassuring as well because in the end, right? I think we only use like 15 rules, 16 rules. I think when we get vaguer, the extra 4 rules of specificity, I think we'll be able to do it pretty comfortably. What do you think?
Yep, especially with you having that set now, you reduce specificity or you reduce the strictness of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Broader rules means more rules.
Yep. Because you've somehow got to get crit rate guaranteed on most of your right side gear.
Yeah. Okay, so quickly I'm going to move to my Epics account because I'm going to keep these rules on my Endgame account, but my Epics account actually is a perfect candidate for an account that still needs the broader rules, I would say.
Defense-based healer. There shouldn't be an S after that cost. There is literally only one of them.
Yeah, Mariel is not used. And if that was introduced, you would have acceptable enough gear from your defense main tank gear that you could throw something together for sure.
Yep.
Super not worth it. Okay, my code 5. Wow, this code has 3 numbers in it. 5333351. Okay. Let me thank you, R-Type. I'll share that with that guy.
I do believe Jake Smash actually did a video on one for mobile a while ago.
On what?
On auto clickers that you can use on mobile.
Oh, if anyone if anyone has made a Watcher Realms auto clicker video, I'm not gonna make it. If you want to share it in chat or like post it on my Discord and tag me, we can send it to people.
Go and see if I can find it. Ooh, Jake's updated his page. He's got everything split out into nice playlists.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Let's try to follow the same order we did last time. I think it might just be easier, cleaner. Also, I'll say, guys, we are 168 viewers. That's pretty cool. I wish it was 169, but that's life. We have 82 likes, and I have not mentioned to like the stream. So please, if you appreciate the content and the streaming, this is going to be my stream today, and I have 3 videos coming out today. So if you appreciate that stuff, pretty please like that stream. And also, if you appreciate our new head Discord moderator, Pink, lending us some of his evening over in the UK. Okay. By the way, really quickly, let me flex. So I don't know if you know, Pink, it took me well over 1,000 summons to get Vortex. Last night from a single pull, I just got my second Vortex. So tomorrow I get to get Abomination. I can't wait.
I had like 3 Vortex in the first week.
Sick. Must be
the
nice.
The reason I stopped playing it was because I just could not get Laurel.
Yeah, I mean, I have every single... Now that I can get Abomination, I literally think I have every hero I want in the game except for Laurel, which obviously hurts, but, you know, it'll be, all right, this is life without Laurel, you know?
Yeah, no, I wasn't ready for that again. I spent like 4 months not having Dolores, so I'm not doing it without Laurel.
The way they tanked Laurel's rates is insanity. Also, I pulled this piece. How I got that last night. Beautiful, right? All right. Recommendation settings. So we go to manage plan. We go to trash. We delete all their... This is a test I did. We delete all of their stuff. All right, we add a rule, and now we're going to do top DPS attack. So now we need the distinctions. So I think we're on the same page, right? So for this, we include the top sets, which are, our tier 2 sets, our Hell's Lament, which we're hoping gets buffed, as well as our ascendable ones, which also are pretty good, especially Night Terror and the Wisdom. We click these, and these, because now let me actually change the stream. Now we're doing mid-game.
Mid-game.
Say mid-late game. Just mid, it's easier. I just think people get annoyed when you tell them they're in mid-game. But you're mid-game. Honestly, until you've beaten all the gear raids, I think you're in mid-game. Okay, so mid-game settings was what we're going to work on now. And so for this, because you're not at the point yet where you're just focusing on the top sets, when it comes to the top sets, you're much more willing to get worse stats. Like you don't need every perfect substat. So we're talking about here, same kind of thing, but what I would say is like this and then 2. Do you agree with that?
Yes, but there's going to be a lot of pieces that you would still end up selling.
There will, but like it's still going to be. You're not afforded yet. Like you do 1,000 runs and you have 5 pieces worth looking at. What do you say?
Yeah, you don't have the ability to sell everything, or 90%.
Crit rate gets its own rules. Sky, you'll see that in a second. Okay, so yeah, so basically, like I'll take you guys through it. Like, so hopefully I could do it today, but I don't have time. But in the next couple days, as soon as I can stream it, I'll beat 221 on my account, and then I'm doing AMR 18, 219, 319, and 119, right? And I'm working on getting 20k or 12k for Guild Boss 4, Nightmare 4, and 20k for Nightmare 3. I'm getting close. So that's to give you perspective. I think this is the perfect account for that. Basically, it's everything up until you're like entirely focused on that 50k Guild Boss push because you finished all your gear raids and so on and so on. So I'll tell you, like even as progressed as my account may seem, if I got an Ageless Wrath piece with a crit damage main stat and attack bonus and attack speed, like I would roll it potentially. Not if it was a bangle, but you could roll it. So just that point, you're not allowed to be picky with these top sets. So I think you have to do that. Now what we'll do is we'll do all the general DPS, right?
Yep. Gang OZ, you probably have the show leveled up or don't show leveled up button ticked. Because I can auto filter my leveled gear. That is annoying though. It doesn't bring the names across.
All right, so basically, guys, what I'm gonna do now is honestly, I'll still like I have like some good DPS Asclepius pieces because they have very good stats. If they have very good stats, you'll still use it. You'll go broken set. So let me know if you agree, Pink. But I think you select every gear set, and now you do those proper stringent rules where it's like this. What do you think? Hello?
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, it annoys me knowing that everything is viable.
I just think it's true. If you get a, I have examples of this I can show you on the account, but like if you get a Hawkeye piece or even a Mana Spring piece or a Guardian piece, but it has good DPS sets, you'll still level it and use it because you're desperate and you need it. Like you can't be set.
Since I have still our fracture pieces, it probably will be forever.
Like if you have like an attack bonus main with crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, you don't care what the set is because you're full broken set at this point. So those you're still being strict. You need the right substats, but you don't care about the set. Excuse me. So that's what we'll do there.
Annoying. There's too much blue. It's annoying.
It is annoying. We don't have to do any top DPS sets, in my opinion, for the HP and defense based stuff. And because it's just like you're not hunting for it. It's not needed. I do think in general, I'm assuming we're gonna have enough rules that we can just do the general version like we just did. What do you think?
Yeah.
We just do the same thing. So it's gonna be HP main, crit damage, attack speed, and then boop 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 boop. Good. We can do the same thing for defense, general, defense, DPS. It fits great. Select all. Defense, crit damage, attack speed. And then we'll do defense. Okay, sweet. So that's done. 4 rules done. Now you definitely will still use crit rate at this point in the game. You're gonna want it on the right sets, obviously. I actually very much think there's no world that you're building. You could get. Maybe we'll do a separate. Maybe we'll have to do it in 2 rules. How can I do this? I can do like C rate maybe. What do you think? C rate. Maybe top C rate. So what I'm thinking here is if it's a top piece, you'll be somewhat forgiving, but just because like if you could complete a Soulbound Arcana, but you need a crit rate main stat, you'll do it. We're still going to do the thing where you don't ascend. However, we will still include them because like Wisdom and Night Terror especially are pretty good sets. Insight can help you just hit your crit rate requirements. But for this stuff, you absolutely just need these 2. I think that's enough. Do you agree?
Yeah. Although, if you're running a crit rate main stat, is Insight's bonus really worth it? You don't have to find it.
I agree, but I can still just think of the example, so I just think we should still include it. But I don't know.
Yeah, include it for now.
Yeah. The couple that slipped through, I don't think it's the end of the world. Now we need a second one, and this is going to be like all C rate main. And this is going to be everything. But now, because we're saying it can be any broken set, theoretically you could do it, but you need amazing step stats. So now we're talking, you need these 3. And still I would say be careful when you roll it. But I actually do think, theoretically, if you had an Asclepius crit rate main, and it railed this, like it's at least worth rolling to +4, +8. And if that attack bonus rolls gold, you might be 16ing it. Do you agree?
Yep.
All right. These poor mid game players, it's rough out here. Okay, so I think that's our main DPS stuff. Shall we go to the next? What do you want to do?
It should be all the DPS. Healers is so generic here, actually.
Yeah, so the only thing there is just going to be the sets, I think. It's basically what I would say. So like attack, healers, right? I just think you would use any set if the stats were you'd still roll it. I think if you had a piece with like attack bonus, you could split it up into 2 again, maybe. Where you're like less picky for this, but like if you had a piece that was like curse, but it was like attack bonus with attack speed, rage, and heal effect, like I think you would roll it.
Yeah, you would. It makes no difference whatsoever to early heal.
Yeah, you don't need a completed set, so I actually think we'll just do a select all, and you do like this. Still, we're not doing heal effect main sets, guys. I'm so against that. The only way maybe you would do it if it's on an ancient at this point in the game, in which case you wouldn't be able to sell it anyway because it's an ancient. So we'll go like
3 heal effect main stats in Codex today. All of them on Eloin.
But were they Invig and they were all ancients?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, those won't be able to like you won't accidentally sell those is the point. And then I think we just go like this and then like this and like this.
You need to be yeah.
Cool.
I've got to remember that I've got like a 2-second delay.
Oh, no worries. Wait, if you don't watch me on the stream, you have no delay. That's why I'm sharing my screen with you.
Yeah, but I've got to. Yeah.
No worries. That looks good.
Yep.
Sweet. So that's attack healers. HP healers, right? Same exact story. Okay. All right, what else do we have? I wish I had the other rules pulled up so we could just follow along.
Oh, no, it would be more effort editing them.
I just want to make sure we don't forget anything. Oh, I can tell you, spammer utility. Actually, that would just fall into here, wouldn't it? Oh no, but this requires the heal effect. You know what? The HP based healer is also the spammer rules. You just have to take out the heal effect. Because the spammer rules would be you need HP, rage regen, and attack speed, but we don't care about the sets anymore. So this would just be HP healers and spammers, I think, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what that was the distinction. Okay, so we'll call it HP heal spam, and we're gonna drop that rule to this. I think that is how it's just gonna go. So that saves us a rule, which is nice. I shared the code. If you can't find it, I'm gonna have a video coming out right after this.
I might still have the code pasted.
Okay, so I really want to pull up the other list so we can just follow along. I think it's gonna make our lives so much easier. I'm gonna pull up on my phone, which means this is gonna log me out in 1 second, but don't worry. There we go.
Just hope you logged into a different account on the phone.
That's what I'm doing. I'm logging into Fastidious.
I can have a look afterwards, gangs, but if you only have level 0 items showing, you probably have the tick box selected. And if you click quick select, it will bring up the select specific parts or select unrecommended gear. You have to click the unrecommended gear and then OK.
All right, let me log in. Cool. Okay, so now I have my main account on my phone, so we can follow along. All right, let's reboot this. Nearly done. All right, so we've done our healers, we've done our DPSers, we've done our spammers. I think so. There's Glacier, and then let me check the rules. Is there anything else left to do? So yeah, defend. We got our DPS, healers, spammers. Oh, tanks. Duh. I'm glad I checked. So we got to do tanks, and we've got to do Glacier rule. Nice. Let's go here. Let's do the Glacier rule first. It's so easy.
Yep. I still think all Glacier should go in the bin.
Well, we're not gonna be that insane. Add a rule. Glacier rule.
Gangs, it's hiding your ancient pieces.
So this is what we did previously, and we said we needed 4. Because it's earlier on, I think it's as simple kind of just like this maybe, and it's just 3. Maybe it's just 2.
Ooh, so that's what's happening our type. They've got some bugs to work out in the system.
I'm not keeping up with this. What do we think? I think it's as simple as this for now for Glacier, because you could still be running it on your healers and stuff too. The other option would be going like this, but I think you just do it like this. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's the more, looser glacier rule. Okay, and now finally for tank sets. We don't care about sets, so that's kind of the thing. It's going to be the same rules as before, but the set doesn't matter because you're just not at that point. So it's everything, and then basically it's as simple as this: you defense bonus or HP bonus on the main, then you'll have 3 of these, and it needs all of the rest. So defense, Cool.
Yep.
All right, nice. All right, I think that is all of our right side gears. So let's do our left side gear now. It's going to be fairly similar. The only difference will be some of the breastplates and stuff. So let's actually follow right along the line. So first up, we've got our attack-based healers.
It would basically be the same, but reduced to 2, not 3.
Exactly. Sorry, attack-based DPS, excuse me. That's what I meant to do. We've got juke. Okay, so these 5 sets. Crit rate, attack speed, and then basically it's like this, but you need 2. So obviously this creates problems, right? Like you could get a piece that's just crit rate and crit damage, but that kind of is what it is. If they let us be specific, which they don't, we could go like this, and this would guarantee that your breastplate has, of course, there could be flat attack, crit rate, crit damage, but a lot of times you'll get the trifecta, or you'll get like attack bonus, crit damage, flat attack, or attack bonus, crit rate, flat attack. However, this opens the door, because they're not letting us select here, that you could get a weapon, that you're requiring your weapons, because you can't have flat attack, you can't have crit damage, you're requiring them to have attack bonus, crit rate, attack speed, but you're at the point still where you could still, where you're still happy with this. So I think you just have to go 2 here. So basically you can't get crit damage, so you're guaranteed you're going to get attack bonus, crit rate, 2 out of attack bonus, crit rate, attack speed on the weapon. So you could get crit rate and attack speed. That sucks. But yeah, attack bonus, attack speed you can live with, and attack bonus, crit rate you like. And then with the breastplate, hopefully you get, something like this, but obviously you can get crit rate and crit damage. I think this is what you have to do. Do you agree?
Yeah, you've got no choice in it.
Yeah, I think so as well. All right, let's do our tanks now.
The easiest thing in game.
So previously we did 5 substats, and you can get 4. Right now, I think it's as simple as this. You need HP bonus and defense bonus, and it needs to have both, right?
Yep.
I don't think you can get pickier than that. Quickly, I just realized we got a... Sorry, what did you say?
That's the hard requirement early for tanks.
Yeah. Like if you have those 2, it's like, yeah, it'd be nice to have flat stats. Maybe nice for certain tanks to have rage regen or attack speed, but it's just like, well, I guess the rage regen would be on ancients, but yeah, it's just not something you can be picky about. All right, next up, we've got our attack healers. And previously, what we did was like this, and then we had 4 substats, and it needed 3. I think you do this, and you have to kind of just go for 2. Again, there's a huge hole here, right? Because you could get a weapon with heal effect, attack speed, no attack. It is what it is. But at this point in the game, you're happy with attack bonus heal effect or attack bonus attack speed. You know what? Actually, I feel like I almost take it back and just want to go like this. Because the heal effect, you can't hunt for heal. I actually think this is the answer. Because I take it back. There's no way, even early on, you're going to run a weapon that doesn't have attack speed on it for healer. It's that important. And this basically locks you into these 2 stats, because you can't have the main stats. So this is saying on our weapons, we need attack bonus and attack speed, and our breastplates, we need attack bonus and flat attack. I honestly think the extra flat attack would be more helpful than the heal effect, and it's not worth throwing off the rule. What do you think?
The only hole is ancients, and that doesn't matter.
Yep. Agreed. Okay, so next I believe we have HP healers.
Which is a bit more awkward.
It's going to be incredibly awkward, as we saw, but what can we really do? Duke. At this point, you would keep salvation if it was like beautiful rolls, you know. So we'll include we'll include that. And then I think what we'll do is like, it's really hard. Yeah, there's going to be holes here. There's nothing we can do to stop it. I think maybe we have to go like this. I'm trying to think. Let's think. So is this too picky, do you think? Maybe not, actually.
Yes, it would never show right side. It would never show a chess piece.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to the chat?
I'm talking to you. It would never show a chess piece.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Because, yeah, it couldn't. Good point. Yeah, because the attack speed and flat HP are blocked. So this guarantees the right substats on the chest. However, there's going to be major holes on the weapon, but I don't think there's anything we can do about it.
You would have to put in another rule just for the weapon.
Maybe we should. I think we'll have enough extra rules. Maybe we should.
Yeah.
How? No, because then this could be our weapon too, because we can't control it. But I guess that's, you can live with it more than you could live with like this pairing, you know? So yeah, we'll do this, and then for the weapon, we'll do this, right? Right? Do we agree with that?
With attack, yeah. Yeah. You basically have to.
Yeah, okay.
Left side tank piece rules.
I'll check that in a second. There's HP L2, HP healers L1, boop, 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 boop. So these need this. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that just needs to be reduced down to 3, the left side. Yeah. I'll make a note of that one.
I have it on my phone right now. So the tanks needs to be. Oh yeah, I see that now.
It needs to drop down to 3.
We might have to split that into 2 rules. Because if we drop it down to 3, you could get a weapon with flat defense, flat HP, attack speed. I think that needs to be 2 rules.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, okay. We'll log back on and fix that shortly. Can you remind me at the end?
Okay.
Okay, now HP and defense DPS. This one we can be as strict on, I think, because it's you need such a small amount of it, you know? You don't have to be you can be picky because there's, you know, there's not a huge quantity required of you. Sorry, I'm just having a peek. So for this one we did, yeah, okay. So it's defense, HP, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and then you need 3. It creates holes, but that one was always unavoidable. So we'll take that. Home stretch here, guys. And finally, inspiration, which actually we don't need because that is now covered by the new attack rules here. So a breastplate would be you'd be getting your inspiration breastplate. So that works. Okay, I think we're done, right?
Just scroll back up. Yeah, because spam would be covered.
Spammers are covered, inspo's covered. We had a couple other split rules. So actually, because things got covered by vagueness, we actually ended up with the same number of rules. Okay, should we head back? Let's fix that.
Unless you want a pure speed left side.
Unless I want to what?
Actually, no, because that would be in the no. That's covered with the HP.
Yeah, I think it's all covered. Let's head back to the main account. And let's fix that one thing. I'm actually curious if that changes my export link, and then people will need a new export link. Yeah. Thank you, Maku, for that. That definitely is broken. Yeah, likes were good to get today.
At this point, I should like the stream.
Also, I gotta say, Pink, we said we want to do under 2 hours. We're at an hour and a half, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I dealt with what I needed to beforehand anyway.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so we gotta fit.
Your schedule was like.
Okay, so we're gonna have tanks 1 and tanks 2, I guess. So this will be tanks.
Tank weapon, tank breastplate.
So this will be the weapon. So let's edit it. Why can't I get the whole edit screen? Okay, so for the weapon, we would
It stays as is.
It stays as is. Yep. Correct. Okay, and now we'll do tanks L2. And this will be these two. And then, so now to fix the issue, we need 3, and it needs to be these 3, right? And then we're good?
Defense bonus, HP bonus, and defense, yeah.
Cool. Okay, I think that's fixed. Let's check. Does this change my export? I don't think so. Here's the new one in case it did. And yeah. Sweet. I think we're good, guys, right? Anybody have any final questions? Thank you so much, Pink. I think it's gonna be a very short video I'm gonna put out just explaining this.
Yeah, the Z changed to a J changed to the Z. So it did change the link.
Oh, it changed it? Okay.
And yeah, Manchild's got something very important there that's annoying as hell and they need to fix. When we import the rules, it needs to keep the names.
What does it change the names to?
It just lists them. So you have, like, what are they called? Do not save. Imported rule 14, 13,
Wow,
12.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. Do they import in the same order at least? So I could like share it in the video and people could go through it?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll figure that out. I'm going to film right now. Appreciate you, Pink. Appreciate everybody. If you want to like the stream on the way out, that would be great. Lot more content coming today. So look out for that. Peace, guys. All right. Thanks a lot, man.